Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. It's a big one today. I'm here as Daryl Nyams with the episode with Keenan Jared Forbes. What's
Yes,
good,
sir. I'm good, brother.
What's going on?
It's good to be here, man. Thank you very much for taking the time to,
Yeah.
to let me talk to the people.
How you feeling about the reception so far?
I'm feeling fantastic, man. But at the same time, I'm feeling like it's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
It's great to have a lead single and all that. But also at the same time, I'm also taking it in my stride because, not so long ago, there was a lot of people who didn't want to associate with me or didn't want to, rock with me. Or, can I say fuck with me?
Yeah.
Fuck with me. And now, everything is kind of turned on its head, and it's so beautiful also to see KO pushing and doing his thing, and it just feels like the glory days again, know? Doesn't it feel like that? Something is in the air, like, the glory days of hip-hop is back.
2015.
Yes, sir.
Momentum is crazy right now. You were complaining that this nigga's showing you flames, though.
I just logged onto Instagram now. I see you said there's now platinum. So
Oh my
game
God.
over, I guess.
Oh, my God.
No. But that's my big bro, man. I'm just loving to see his reinvention.
Yeah.
And seeing him how he's just managing to shift the goalposts and it inspires me a lot.
Because obviously he also went through like a shaky
As
patch.
as artists, when you're an artist, you can never be the same way forever as a great artist. A lot of artists, do the same shit forever, and as an artist, you have to take risks, you have to have failures, you have to have flaws, you have to have things happen in your personal life, you have to overcome them, you have to. So life is dynamic, and the best lives make for the best music and the best artists. So it's all about recollecting yourself sometimes it's about wearing your heart on your sleeve and whatever works for you at that time.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of KO, I'm not sure if this is the last collaboration you guys had with Nasty, Bang Out.
Way back in the day.
Obviously, when that came out, we were super excited, but the motherfuckers was rapping the whole time. Now. It was a competition. It felt like a competition.
Then it was more competitive, and my relationship with Nasty as well. We were never really close, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in 2012, 13, I met Nasty C as a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
And he actually jumped on stage.
Did you buy him
with
the
me.
shoes?
No. I don't think so. It was it's terrible. We were in Sun Mars that time. That was the vibe that time.
Yeah.
Terrible sneaker.
You look at that, man.
No. Yours is straight.
we clean, bro.
You straight.
You straight.
I think that coming from there was a different era and a different time. Now, if you listen to my record with Nasty, it's more artistry. It's more two guys just comfortable where they are.
Yeah.
And for me, it's not about his verse is fantastic, but for me, it's not really about that competitiveness anymore. Especially on a song like that, it's really about making the best art for the fans, and I think that he really blessed me, and I'm really, really thankful for that.
Yeah, I think that you're obviously very intentional with the record you put him on, and I mean, with the sound, even the way you came, you weren't trying to compete,
No. For me, it's about vibes right now in my career. I'm making music from a perspective of I want to make music that I can ride around and listen to for a change.
Yeah.
It's not so much about the other people or
the industry.
It's wrong to say this, but it's not so much about the fans. It's now more about myself. And the more I delve into myself, the less harder I try to impress people. So for the first time, I'm not trying to impress anybody at all.
Yeah.
And now the music is coming out nice.
Yeah.
Not that it hasn't before, but
Yeah. So, bro, tell me, how does that conversation play out with Nasty C? Because obviously, you guys did that whole video thing that didn't play out.
Yeah. I mean, for me, we started talking, about a year ago. Just, hey, how you doing? What's going on? I seeing what he's been doing in the States. Really following his career. And then I just said, man, I really need a record with Nasty, and the song came along. By the way, Lemon's Lemonade is like a year old. I've been making that song for a year. A lot of songs sit for a year.
Damn.
Some songs sit for 2 years, like Kaifa's song sat for like 2 years before I finished it. Some songs like All Eyes on Me took 3 days. Felon Versace took 3 days.
Yeah.
So it's all about the process, but I reached out to him. At first he wasn't too keen on it.
Yeah.
But for me it was about getting him into a space that he doesn't really, or a sonic space that he doesn't really, exist in much.
Yeah.
and asking him to do something that he doesn't really do often, and to go to a different place. And the place that he went to is a fantastic place.
Beautiful.
So we really thank Nasty C for that.
And you can actually feel, I mean, for a lot of people, there was this meme that you retweeted where there's something about, where someone says, AKA says, make it a South African thing, and then Nasty C goes, and just really, bro, and it was just really exciting to experience that, because that's more your vibe. Like, when you listen to your music.
I think that's a true mark of a good artist like Nasty C, who's able to jump out of his vibe and come and jump straight into another artist's vibe, and that's why that's brilliant. Actually, it shows you that he can do anything, and he's so versatile.
Yeah. Obviously, there's been a conversation about this beef shit, and Big Zulu came out, and you seem like you're gonna be involved in that. And at the time, if I'm not mistaken, you did post a snippet of a record. I'm not sure if that was a diss record that's coming, because I was even surprised when this record comes out, because I thought you were gonna come out like that.
Nah. For me, I always have to just stay sharp as an MC.
Yeah.
So I'm always making tracks to just stay in the competitive vibe. But what I enjoy, but that's easy for me. I've done that before.
Yeah.
What I want to do is I want to push myself as an artist, as somebody that music that people can consume, enjoy, play at a braai, or play in the club, or play in their car. I want to make music. My number one goal is to make music that makes you feel like the coolest motherfucker in the world.
Yeah.
And that is all I want.
Yeah.
If you listen to my music and I'm making you feel like you the coolest motherfucker in the world, then my mission is accomplished.
It's crazy that you say that, because when you did go at the beef shit, the record that you dropped was all up in the clubs. We were playing it in the cars. You know what I mean? So it's crazy that you say that you don't want to make, but even when you go that way, you're still giving us that.
I mean, I think I'm too musical to just make a track and just put a beat on and talk shit. There's a time and a place for that. But fortunately for me, that time and place has long passed me. It's a long time ago.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm always just curious, because obviously, I mean, you're a very musical person and you've excelled very well musically. But like with Bova Mania in the background and the reception was not too great. It was a great album. Like when I listen to that album,
he's a big fan of that album.
Big fan of the album. I feel like it's underrated.
It's not an album.
Whatever it is, but it's dope.
It's an
Thank you.
But were you nervous though, because you're chittering into this space where hip hop is not really popping as much as it used to?
Nah. I think there's a lot of things to unpack there. The first part is that Bova Mania, it'll age with time. It'll get better. People will understand it in a few years. Much like Be Careful What You Wish For with Anati.
Yeah.
When we dropped that, a lot of people said it was whack. Now people are saying it's a classic.
Yeah.
Hey man, some things are not instant. Also, Bova Mania was an EP, and I call it an EP because it wasn't an album, because we were in the middle of COVID.
Yeah.
So I needed to release some stuff. We got some good records off there. We got Energy off there, for instance, which also did some great numbers.
Classic.
So it had its moments. But for me, that was more about just getting music out. The stuff with Costa, for me, was about Costa pulling me out of my house, saying, come on, man, we need you. So, although it might not be the best projects, it is very vital into where we are today. Those projects help me get to where I am today, help me get firing again, and help me pull me out of my depression and get back into and to where I need to be.
Yeah. Obviously, like on the record, you chat about the piano blues. The hip-hop blues were now piano blues, And obviously, you have a history with Usizwe now, Sizwe Alakan, He felt like you were kind of taking shots at him, That's not the case?
No, it's not the case. For me, it's a passing line about... There were a lot of guys who, when hip-hop wasn't the most popular genre in South Africa, let me keep it there, because hip-hop has always been popular.
Yeah.
It'll never be unpopular. It's just on the charts, and in, the rise of Amapiano and so forth. I mean, I was still dressed in hip-hop. We all, where does the style come from? Where does the swag come from? If you look at Focalistic, he dresses like a rapper.
Yeah.
If you look at like Maporisa, those guys are hip-hop bros. In their look and in their talent and the way they think and the way they talk, and so they're living hip hop lifestyle. So you can never say hip hop went away, because otherwise we wouldn't all be wearing Balenciaga, would we?
Yeah, we wouldn't.
So with regards to that line, it was just more directed at guys and girls who had sort of kind of been like, all right, cool, this is not really, so let's go do some other stuff. But there's nothing wrong with doing different genres. It was just more applying to the people who implied that their time in hip hop was over.
Yeah.
More so also applying to the people, girls and guys, who are now back doing hip hop.
Now that's popping.
Yeah. and it's crazy because when you really look at it, most of the big Amapiano artists were actually rappers who didn't make it in that period where hip hop was on top.
True.
And then now, when piano comes up, they came up through piano. Yeah. And a lot of them are now dropping the hip hop shit again. You know,
look, man, I'm not gonna talk too much about it because I believe in genre fluidity. I believe you should be able to flow. There's a difference though between trying out different sounds and shitting on the genre that made you to go do something.
Because you have a log drum, you can kind of hear the log drum.
Yeah, I mean, look, if we want to talk about the specifics, if you listen to Free with myself and Ricky and Tira, that has a log drum, and that song came out like 4 years ago. So I'm not saying I'm ahead of my time, but. Yeah,
but tell me something. I mean, when you reflect, because I mean, you've been at the top of the genre for a long time. What went wrong? Because I mean, we have hip hop, SA Hip Hop Mag was popping. I mean, we had crazy traffic, and they just went. Psh.
I think it also had to do with a lot of the big names not being at the forefront anymore. Not being, I mean, myself, or KO, Cooley, or whatever, we had carried it for so long. And then naturally we go into business or we do some other things or whatever, and kind of left it to the younger guys to carry it. But also they were up against the rise of Amapiano at the same time. So it's a combination of the real like gatekeepers of the thing kind of just easing off a bit, and then the rise of Amapiano. And then that kind of, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong with the rise of Amapiano. It's South African music, and anything that's South African music that is amazing is amazing. But when it comes to SA hip hop specifically, I wouldn't say anything went wrong. I think things go in ebbs and flows. Nothing went wrong. There was never anything wrong. It's just that certain role players weren't. I believe that when I'm not as active as I should be, then SA hip hop is worse for it.
Do you find it problematic though? Because obviously it almost makes it like a genre where you have 5 guys at the top, and when these guys are going through there and shit.
I think that's always been the thing about hip hop. Hip hop is a community, right? And communities need leaders. So if you don't have leaders of a community, everybody's gonna be lost. I mean, I think that's the best way to explain it.
Okay. Speaking on, you said like, obviously the Bruce went and started businesses. Obviously, there's a lot of growth.
Yeah, personal growth. Yeah. Bruce went and had kids and businesses and everything. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes that the people don't get to see.
They care about the music.
Yeah, because we have our own lives as well, and we're responsible for our families and things. And people go through ups and Instagram. You're only gonna see the good things.
Yeah.
You don't see what's behind all of that stuff and the life, especially like speaking about what I went through with my fiance and all of that stuff and all that darkness and drama.
Yeah.
It felt like, well, there's no way he's going to be able to recover from this. Yeah. But I always knew I would, because I'm a Christian, I have faith in God, and because I also knew what happened, because I was there.
Yeah.
So I just kept my faith, man, and I knew that God would deliver me. He's a God of deliverance, and here I am delivered.
Yeah. Okay, go.
Yeah. So I was just curious. I mean, are you at a stage where you just like, yo, I'm like sick and tired of having to have this conversation?
No.
It's a conversation
this is why for the first time I've been doing interviews now for the first time in 2 years, because I had to get ready to talk about it. I had to find myself. I had to find myself musically as a person. I had to find my strength and my voice, and here we are.
What you used to say back in the day during Vuzu days, you said, I can do fucked up shit, but the music will always save me, because the music is amazing.
Yeah, but I think that I've done a lot of growing up in the last 2 years as well.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like, you know, in WWE they have heels and they have baby faces. So like your heels are like your John Cena's, the good guys, right? You're gonna put on the Mr. Price T-shirt, you know, on the front with the kids,
Yeah.
on the lunch boxes and all that. Then you have the heels, the bad guys, Vince McMahon and these guys, Triple H and whatever. I used to enjoy being the heel. I used to enjoy being Triple H or Vince McMahon, and that's for the most part of the start of my career. That was me. But for the first time, I'm now back, and I'm back as a baby face. I'm back as a good guy now. And I'm enjoying it because really for the first time you could consider me an underdog. Imagine that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy. I was watching the other interview you did, and you were shitting on Bitcoin. I was like, what the fuck is Mega doing
I'm not
now?
shitting on Bitcoin. I'm just saying if I can't wrap my head around it,
Yeah.
and it's too complicated for me, and then I can't. I need real money, man. I need to touch it.
Yeah. Do you have other businesses that you're involved in?
Oh yeah,
outside
definitely.
of music and the
definitely, man.
entertainment
I mean,
industry?
we've done fantastically well with Cruise Vodka.
Oh yeah.
That partnership is now coming to an end, but it's very, very great. It's amicable because I also believe that I have to grow now. Now next year we're going to be bringing my own 100% owned by me product.
Oh wow.
To
real,
the
for
market.
real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 100% owned by me. I can't tell you what it is, but we're coming with our own product next year. You'll start seeing a bit of it in December this year. We'll start pushing it. Also the cannabis business, you know, coming with my products there. We've got I'm partnered and invested in a venture called the Greenside Pharmacy. Farm Pharmacy.
Okay.
And we've got a spot in Pretoria, we've got a spot in Greenside, and we've got a spot here in Sandton. So there's 3 spots already.
Yeah.
Products are gonna start coming out there. Obviously, when legislation comes, we'll be looking at the THC stuff. For now, we're looking at our CBD and what.
That was my next question.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, I want my own strain
Yeah,
and products and all of that stuff. Like I've got this pen that I carry with me.
Yeah.
You know, like this cake. You know, like honey. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
What?
Okay.
And you know, I just hit it like in the interview, just like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it's dope that, you know, the crazy thing about you is that musically you've done super well, right? And like, but you also put your fans in a really tough place because, you know, when we think about the other guy, there's always talk about business moves. So most of your fans are constantly having to find themselves trying to defend your business moves.
I think that it's all about perception. I don't think you should debate any. I don't think there can be any debate about Cruise Vodka and what we did and how much millions and millions of rands, hundreds of millions of rands we made for Distel. The difference is I don't really talk about my business moves that much and the inner workings of it because I don't believe that's the right thing to do in business. You don't talk about numbers in public. That's how somebody else wants to deal with their business. That's up to them. But you're never gonna hear me talking about, yo, we just sold we just did 20 million, and you're never gonna hear me say. But I can tell you that Cruise Vodka, Watermelon, if you look at the industry, I opened up that whole thing for everybody. Everybody has a thing now. At my turn, when I came in, we've done it for about 5-6 years now. The industry was completely different. I had to be that guy to go out. I mean, it's made me a very, 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 very comfortable person. I mean, if you look at COVID and all of that stuff, I mean, I just cruised through it. How do you think I did that? How do you think, guys? Like, I don't understand. So, you know, I was raised in a way where when it comes to business, when it comes to money, you keep it to yourself. You keep it amongst your partners. You don't really... Unless your partners fuck you out. Like, you know...
That's my next question. You know, like...
Then I'll use my social media to put you where you need to be. But
that happens a
I've
lot.
grown a lot now. You know, look at my partnership with Cruise is coming to an end and everything is great. So.
Yeah. Amazing. And you know, the period of like Beam Group was fucking incredible, dude. You know, just the hype and the way you guys were moving was crazy. My question would be like, would you go into starting your own thing again?
partnership?
Not in
Not
the
a
same.
partnership.
I wouldn't start anything like Beam Group in the way that it existed again.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the hype and the stuff and all the ways we're moving, we spent money, too much
A
money.
lot of money, yeah.
A lot of money.
There was a lot of money in
stuff.
the streets for real.
Yeah, man, a lot of, but also the game was different then.
Yeah.
There was more money in hip hop and fees and all that stuff, brands and all that stuff. This is pre-COVID.
Yeah.
This is the height. 2016, 17. This is like when money was just flying
From all
everywhere.
directions.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's not the same anymore. But no, I mean, I've consolidated everything in that, you know, I've got brand, AKA, which is myself and all my deals and, you know, business ventures. And I got Move Comms, which is my boy Mahlatsi, Zaz's company. He's working on brand stuff. T-Fact, Siamo Nivo, they doing their thing. And obviously I have a joint venture with Fifth Season with Benza and Sony for the music side of things. So I've managed to compartmentalize things that work for me in a system. I don't believe I need to have this company that's gonna.
Well, you're like
And I've
the
been down that
CEO.
road. Yeah, I've been down that road. I'm the CEO of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But bro, tell me. I mean, you've had many partnerships, successful, some very successful, some not so successful.
Yeah.
What are the business lessons you've
The business
learned from
lessons
all
that I've
these
learned from them.
experiences?
The first lesson that I've learned in business experiences is speak straight, speak bluntly. Don't make your intentions clear. Make yourself understood. Make yourself very clearly understood. Also learn when to push and when to concede as well. Patience. Communication. Learn that sometimes you need to communicate. If I need money from you, and I don't necessarily have the tact to deal with you, let me talk to you so you can go talk to him.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But most importantly now, try when things end as well. Try and be amicable and work through things and try and get out of things if you need to get out of things in the same spirit as which you came into them, with trust and with love and all those types of things.
You know, I've always been curious to know. I mean, like when you got your first bag, you know, when I mean, I don't know when that was. When you saw your first million in your account, what was one of the things you did when you figured you got real money
I just looked at it. I just walked around and made sure it didn't, you know, go under a certain amount because I just wanted that thing.
Balance.
I just wanted to look at it all the time, you know. But as soon as that money was in, it was out because I run my own business, you know. I shoot my own videos. I invest in those things. I invest in stage design. I invest in people. That's the number one thing I invest in. I invest in people. Videographers, photographers, all types of stuff, man. A band, you know. I'm able to really be the festival artist that I am because I decided a very long time ago to start a band, and that allowed me to play Opikopi at Cape Town Jazz Festival. I mean, you're talking to somebody who's done like all those big festivals, and I really think that yeah, man, I have that. I had that look at that thing, but then as soon as it's time, you know, tax too. You gotta pay tax.
Yeah.
Very important.
Is going back into Africa a big part of your play?
Oh yeah, man, definitely. You know, once we have new music now, you know, in Africa it exists in three spheres. It's East, West, and South. For me, at least.
Yeah.
So Tanzania, Rwanda, Uganda, Kenya, Nigeria, Ghana, and then obviously all our friends here, Namibia, Zimbabwe. So for me, I'm looking to do more collaborations now.
Yeah.
I think on the album we've got a beautiful record with myself, Musa Keys, and this lady named Jackie, who's from Ghana. She's doing crazy numbers and she's a really good vocalist. If you look at South Africa and the SADC space, I'm also looking to do more collaboration. I really need to get somebody from Mozambique. I want like a Portuguese record. I'm looking to go to Tanzania and do like and Diamond's got this new artist who apparently is going crazy out there. Some new dudes. I want to work with them. Ghana, Nigeria. I'm always open to I'm Kiddo, who we linked up with Phil and Versace. I want to do some records with him.
Are you safe
yeah.
in Nigeria?
Say what?
Are you safe in Nigeria?
Dude, I'm super mega. I'm safe everywhere in the world, bro. What you talking about? Am I safe? What kind of question is that?
Bro, when was the last time you spoke to Burna Boy?
Oh man, maybe a year ago,
Yeah.
2 years ago, yeah.
Was the vibe a bit different from?
Oh
from
yeah,
what
man.
saw
You
on
know, it
Twitter?
was just like, all right, whatever, man. Boom, 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 whatever. Do what you gotta do. Da, da, da. But I'm very happy to you know, it was never about anything personal.
Yeah.
I just don't like people talking shit about my country. Is that
Public
simple?
protector.
Is that simple? You know, I mean,
Yeah.
people were talking about there's a genocide in South Africa,
Okay.
about Tiwa Savage, and people talking about they killing our people.
Okay.
It was bullshit. It was cap.
Yeah.
So, you know, if I have to take that on my back and people crucify me for it, then fuck it.
Yeah.
But
Whatever.
But you know, I've always been curious. Was your relationship dope before that Twitter
I
conversation?
mean, we hadn't
or-
spoken a bit before that either,
Yeah.
but, you know, this thing of like artists have to be like best friends is very
It's not a
weird
thing.
to me.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have to be besties.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, congratulations. Wish him all the best. Grammy winner, amazing.
Yeah.
Love his music.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. I'm just a fan of Burna Boy.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
might not be fan of him right now.
Yeah.
At least I can still be a fan.
Yeah,
It's
for sure.
cool. It's no problem.
I guess that's a question because of how tight the relationship was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
the
there was a
impact.
time where,
Yeah.
but you know, are you tight with the same people you
Nah,
were tight with
nah,
4 or 5 years ago,
nah,
6
nah,
years ago?
nah,
All right, well then.
But I think fans just really like.
Oh, for
love
fans.
that moment.
Oh, for
'cause the
fans.
music was amazing, and I think the music did everything for everyone. Like,
Yeah,
we
I think
loved the music.
for fans, it's always going to be personal for them because they are ultimately the ones watching the story play out. They give narratives to the story. The fans give life to the career, to the story. So they're well entitled. But you know, from an artist perspective, from a person's perspective, you know, it's not always, you know, what the fans think it is.
Yeah, that's incredible, dude. Like, and as far as the sound for the current album, obviously we're going into this album on the back of Bovamania. What's the transition looking
I don't
like?
think we're going into this album on the back of Bovamania. I think we're going into it with kind of like a fresh slate because a lot of stuff has happened.
Yeah,
I haven't really been speaking to press for the last 2 years.
yeah,
And I'm just coming out and saying, listen, I took the time to get this thing together. The album is called Mass Country.
yeah,
And that kind of explains how I want like pop and country influences. When you say country, you mean like not the States, but
Yeah.
how do you put that into a South African context? That would be like, you know, like the Midlands, like KZN, like Maskandi, Mass Country. You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
So take those guitars and those top lines, ding, 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 ding. Take that, and if you can take that and you can loop it a nice way, and you can put hip hop drums underneath it, and you can make pop melodies on top of it, what do you get? You get something completely new and different.
What did you work on this album?
Jeez, I work with so many people. You know, from the production team, myself. You know, I'm the producer of every single song that I've ever made.
Yeah.
I'm not a beat maker like I used to be, but you know, I paid my dues. Check
for
my
sure.
credits.
For sure, for sure.
I've got my credits. I'm Pro Kid and Mang Mang and Coolie Chana, everything. I've got my Ivy League credits, but as time went on, I learned to be more of a producer, to say, I want this type of things, play like this. I give sing melodies.
And you can hear it.
Yeah.
And you can hear it.
Oh yeah, you can hear it because if I wasn't the producer of my records, then you'd hear my records sounding like other people's records, but my records don't sound like other people's records. So what is the difference? It's me. But at the same time, I lean on people like Zadok, like FD's, Christa, Oraya, Sun.
I saw your son. Shout out to Son.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
He's hard.
Chopper is also came to this camp now.
Yeah.
So put that all together, man, and then I'm kind of like the conductor of it all, and that's how we make music.
Top 5 AKA's favorite AKA songs.
Top
of all
5
time.
AKA favorite songs of all time.
Yeah.
It changes all the time. So today I'm going to give you a different version.
Okay.
In no particular order. Bryanston Drive. Don't forget to pray. The World Is Yours. Kaifa song. Shit.
Dreamwork.
No.
Okay.
It's my list, guys.
Okay.
Fade out.
And then I'd have to say Free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Free is amazing.
Yeah, I love that. Right?
And from your projects, what are your top 3 projects?
Top 3
that AK
projects
has done ever.
Touch My Blood.
Yeah.
Touch My Blood, Levels. Be careful what you wish for.
Do you have like a top 10 essay rappers of all time list?
Yep.
Please give us
Top 5. I can give you the top 5.
Perfect.
AKA, and AKA. Yeah. No, I'm joking. Top 5 is KO, myself. KO, myself. Oh, fuck me. I'd have to say Kulichana. Yo, KO, myself, Kulichana. Pro Kid.
Yeah.
You can't leave Stogie out. You can't.
That would come.
Yeah, you have to. Top 5.
You have to.
Oh man, this been really dope.
Okay. No, that's beautiful. Thank you so much for
Thank you
giving
very
us
much,
your time,
guys.
brother. We're super excited for the music. You know,
I wish I could play you guys some music, but ish.
Your time.
just sit,
It's retired.
just airdrop the shit.
Ah!
Next thing is on
You guys are gonna love it, man.
Yeah,
You guys are gonna love
Fakaza.
it. I can't
Okay,
wait for
thank
you
you.
guys to come through. Thank you for the kicks, man. You
Yeah.
better take care of
I'm
those,
trying, brother. I'm
bro. Yeah.
trying.
Maybe if I got a cookie, I can hit you with a little Virgil there on the
But
the insole.
That would
Yeah.
be dope.
Yeah, if you can find a cookie, I'll say.
Yeah. I'll look.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be hard.
That would be really
That'll be
dope.
hard, right?
The special ones, bro.
Yes, sir.
Special one.
Signed by the man himself.
When he's working with these, dog.
Come on.
It's like the man is working on
The
water.
confidence, and let me tell you, if you can just pass me, let me show you the design. You know,
Yeah.
this is actually based on the Dior runner.
Okay.
Oh,
You know the
shit.
Dior runner.
Yeah.
That's why I've got the red. So this was designed by myself and my brother Stephen Forbes,
Oh, dog.
and so it's got the red there to make it luxury. As you can see, it's not white; it's butter.
Yeah.
But it's like butter cream. Then we got the 3M just to give it that. Originally, we wanted to change that Reebok to an SA
SA
flag,
flag, yeah.
but
that'd
they
be dope.
wouldn't have. They didn't allow it. And then, as you can see on the inside, it's all this Lumo.
Yeah.
If you look at the Dior runner. And then on the inside, it's cheetah print.
Yeah.
So the cheetah print is my favorite animal, but it's also the fastest. So it's kind of like a metaphor for, you'd step into these, you're going to be running fast.
Ah, bro. But
Yeah.
bro, not to put pressure on you.
Yeah.
I hope you're working on some sneaker shit.
I am.
That would be really dope.
Oh, I am, but I can't
Yeah,
give
no,
you guys
it's chill.
more.
It's chill. I'm just glad that you're working on it because,
Yeah.
we've been waiting.
No, you guys are going to be very surprised.
Oh, man.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Man.
Salute.
Thank you.
Away, boys.
Appreciate you, dog.
Salute.